In this video, we're going to begin working on our website's blog. What's up guys? Today's the day that we finally get to start working on the blog for our website. We're not going to be working on coding out all the blog posts just yet, but we're going to start working on the index page where we will list out all of the blog posts. So let's go ahead, jump into things, and start working on the header of this page. Alright, so to get started, let's go ahead and open our project up in Atom and open our terminal. Alright, now that our terminal's open, let's go ahead and cd into our desktop and into our project. And let's start up the server. So it's going to be bundle exec Jekyll serve with the flags watch and the flag base URL with the 2 quotation marks. Start it up. And now that the server started, let's go ahead and open Chrome and go to localhost port 4000, and you will see our website, everything here that we finished. So if we go ahead and click on the blog page, you'll see there is nothing found here. There is no page there. So let's go back to our project and go ahead and make that page. So click new file, and we're going to name this blog.html. And we're just going to start this off with some liquid code, and we're going to say layout default and save it. And if we come back here, you'll see that there is a page here now. There's just nothing in it. So currently we have our footer included at the bottom of our index page, but the thing is this footer is going to be the same on every single page of this website no matter what. So we're going to remove it from the bottom of our index page, and we're going to go to our layout default.html, and just beneath the content we're going to put in the include for the footer, and that's going to add it on every single page that we create that uses this default layout. So if we come back here and refresh this page, you'll see the footer right here, just how we designed it and coded it out in the last video. So what we're going to do right now in this video is we're going to work on this section right here. It's pretty similar to the home page. You want to look at the home page right here. Pretty similar, just a little different. Our navigation is white now, and our featured blog post, all of this text, this button is also white, and our overlay is now dark. So to get things started off, what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to come to our index.html, and we're going to copy everything inside of this header tag. So we're just going to copy, go back to our blog.html, and paste that in here. So we're going to do a few things. First, let's go ahead and delete this anchor tag. Let's delete this h3. And now let's go ahead and up here in our header, we're going to change this class to say blog index header dash main. So now that we've changed this class, what we're going to go ahead and do right now is we're going to change this image to be this image for now. So let's go ahead, and on my desktop I have the image that we're going to use. So let's go to our project, go to assets, images, and then just drop this in here. And let's see what the name of this file is, blog-index-hero. So in Atom, we're just going to change this path just a little bit. And let's come back over here and refresh this page. And the image is different than the image on the home page, but we don't have anything else in here right now. So let's go ahead. We're also going to go ahead and change this overlay to overlay-dark instead of light. Here, this class, we're going to modify this class to say blog index title. So blog index title, and our h1, let's just go ahead and make that say featured blog post for now, and let's give it a class of featured blog post title. And then beneath that, we're going to add an anchor tag here. So just gonna href, and we're gonna give it a class of read featured blog post. Let's close it off and let this just say read. Save that, and that's going to do it for right now. Now we can go ahead and start styling all of this. So what we're going to need to do is go to our Sass here, our layouts, and we're going to make a new file. And this is just going to be called blog-index.sass. And in our directory right here, we're just going to go ahead and include that. So it's going to be blog-index. And now we can start styling this. Now, a lot of the styles are very similar to the home page that you see right here. There's just a few differences. So let's go ahead and let's open up our index.sass and let's copy all of this right here in the header-main, paste it in our blog-index.sass, and let's just grab this class for our header and call that instead. So we still have a position relative, a z-index of 1, display of flex, justified direction column, align item center, and justify content center width 100, but we are going to change this height here to be 650 pixels. And we have the same background stuff here. But what we're going to do, since all of the stuff is going to be white on top of this image, just in case the picture hasn't loaded yet, we're going to go ahead and use a color so that we can see all of this stuff before the picture loads, just in case they're on some slow connection. So let's go ahead and right here just add our primary variable. And let's come back to our page and refresh. And you should have seen just a really dark color here just flash just before this image loaded. And that is basically what is going to enable them to see all this white. So now that that's done, let's go ahead and go to our index.sass and copy our overlay light as well. We're going to paste that right in here and change this to overlay dark. And there's a couple things we're going to modify here. The first being we're going to change this background to the primary variable, and we're going to change the opacity to 0.35. So let's go ahead and save that and just take a look at it real quick. All right, that looks great. That's working. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to style our H1 here, and we're going to style our anchor tag. So in our blog-index.sass, let's grab our H1 with the class of featured blog post title, and let's start styling it. Let's give it a max width of 600 pixels, a font size of 3.125 M, a font weight of 500, line height 1.2 M, padding is going to be 0 on the top, 20 pixels on the right, 5 pixels on the bottom, and 20 pixels on the left. Let's give it a color of our white variable. And let's give it margin of 30 pixels on the top and bottom and 0 on the left and right. And let's save this and just see how that looks. So there we go. It's nice and big, but it is sitting beneath the overlay right now. So let's go ahead. Let's give let's give this a z-index of 2. See if that fixed it. No, it didn't fix it yet. Okay, z-index of 2. Oh, okay, so what we're gonna do real quick is let's grab our blog-index-title div, and we're going to give this some styles. So we're going to say position relative, z index of 5, text align center, and padding top. Let's give that 50 pixels. And then let's go ahead and nest this h1 inside of that, save it and refresh. Now this will be on top. There we go. Now we can see that perfectly fine. So let's go ahead and start adding a few media queries for this h1. So at media, screen and max width of 500 pixels. We're going to say font size 2.5 em, and then at media, screen and max width of 400 pixels. This is going to be a weird one, but it's going to be font size of 2.1875 em, and then beneath that, let's give it one more query. Media, screen, and max width of 360 pixels. Let's give it a font size of 1.875 em. Let's save that and just look and see how this looks. This is when it breaks. All right, I'm pretty happy with that. It looks good to me. Let's go ahead and start styling our anchor tag. And on this blog-index, I actually want this padding to be on the top, not everywhere. So now let's look at this again. Now push it down just a little bit. And yeah, it's looking better. Okay, so let's grab our A tag with the class of read featured blog post. And let's start styling this. So first thing, let's give it a color of our white variable. Font size is going to be 0.75 em. Font weight is going to be 500 as well. Our padding is going to be 0.5 em on the top and bottom and 2 em on the left and right. We're going to give it a border of 2 pixels solid with the white variable. We're going to give this a border radius of 4 pixels. And let's say text transform uppercase. Save that, see how it looks. That looks pretty good. That looks very similar to this right here. But when we hover over this, I do want this to change slightly. So we're going to say and hover background, our white variable, and color highlights. Let's see how this looks. All right, so that looks pretty good when we hover over it. All right, so this is everything that we were going to work on today. This is the header of our blog index page, and in the next videos, we're going to go ahead and start coding out the blog post, the first one, and we're going to add this loop in here for all of the blog posts on the website so that we can display them here. And how we're going to do that is once we code out that blog post, we're going to come back to our blog.html page and use Jekyll to make this somewhat dynamic in a sense by pulling certain blog posts and using them as our featured blog post by putting the title, the link, and the featured image in here as well. So that is going to be everything that we're going to do in this page today. Alright guys, that's going to be it for this video. In the next video, we're going to start working on our individual blog posts. And we're also going to come back to this page and revisit some of the things that we wrote and edit them a little bit so that we can pull information from the blog post that we are going to be writing. But until then, go ahead, like, subscribe, comment any questions you have down below, and I will see you next week in the next video. Have a great day.